Hey guys, my friend Shram and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be discussing antimatter. Really interesting topic, but basically it is the most expensive thing to manufacture it is in the universe. Right, we haven't made even a gram of it. If we did make it, that will go for like 25 billion US dollars, which is a lot, considering that a million is 6.8 crores in Indian rupees as of recording this video. And yeah, calculating that, it's a lot of rupees, right? And another estimate of it puts it at $62.8 trillion. 1,000 billion is a trillion. That's a lot. That's about $62,000 billion. Now, what makes it that expensive? And wait, let's just back off. What the hell is antimatter? It is just matter. If everything was made out of antimatter, we would call that matter, and we would call that positive charge. The only difference now is that that has a positive charge particles, and they are called protons or positrons. And the ones with negative particles, which form an antimatter, are called antiprotons. And when they collide, they make 100% efficient energy release, which means like an average nuclear bomb is 10 to 15% efficient energy release. And so this could be used to fuel space travel and interstellar travel, which means from star to star, it could be just one step closer to colonizing stars. Not stars, I mean other planets. Like we could go at 50% the speed of light, which is the fastest thing in the universe. That is so fast. Like light is something without mass, no barriers holding it back. But something with mass can go 50% of something without mass and almost an infinite rate of acceleration. That's how efficient it is. It releases all of its mass 100% into energy. That must be a hard workout. But that is such a great yield. And like the Manhattan Project, which triggered the first bomb, atomic bomb, that is, it costed a few $billion, and 1 gram of antimatter costs $25 billion. I'm going to use that estimate because it seems more worldly to me. And that's like extraterrestrial, 62 trillion. Do you know how much that is? That is 81% of the global GDP, gross domestic profit. 81% of the Earth's profits to make 1 gram of that thing. That seems so extraterrestrial to me. So we are gonna use the 25 billion estimate for now. We'll see where that goes. You know why it's so expensive? The only place that creates it now is the CERN Large Hadron Collider. And now, if it works at full efficiency, it can create 10,000 particles. And you may be like, oh, that's a lot. It's not. At this rate, if we keep on going, it may take, theoretically, if we keep on going at this rate, to create 1 gram of antimatter, it will take about like thousands of years just to create that much antimatter at this rate of creation. Even that's just the least of our problems. Where will we store it? We have to keep it at a place where it won't touch things. It cannot touch anything. Must be stored in a vacuum. And how do we hold it up in a vacuum? Using electromagnetic forces. If we let it go, the city goes boom. Because if you take a little 1 gram pill of antimatter, drop it on the floor, the explosion will be big as the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs combined. Even bigger than that. Easily enough to ground New York City, probably Manhattan as well. That is such a big explosion. So that's why I said production is least of our problems. We produce it, you have to store it. Then we have to safely transport it and make it a fuel source. It could be used for so many things. It could be even used for surgery in small amounts. But it's so darn expensive that it's not even worth it. You could rather have a chemotherapy rather than using antimatter, that is. Because it's so expensive. It's not a luxury item. It's not like caviar. It's not. It's not even like saffron. Saffron is like so cheap. It's like the local candy that you buy in your candy store compared to antimatter. It's just the lost brother of matter that is that expensive. Matter is found in everything in our universe. This mic is made up of matter. I myself am made up of matter. But antimatter is just the opposite. It is just the little evil twin of matter. Yet it's so expensive and has so many applicable uses. This may allow humanity to colonize Mars, let alone Mars. We can even colonize Pluto with this, which is a very exciting step for humankind. But before we get too excited, we have to think about how we can produce antimatter. We can't at this point. Even if we create antimatter, there are a lot of problems that lie ahead. Even using petrol will be better. And like in 1940 Soviet Russian programs, they used to use alcohol for fuel. Seems better of a choice than antimatter. If we do find a way to create antimatter, there are so many uses for it. It will just make mankind a very, very, very intricate and very technologically advanced species. But first, we have a lot of obstacles to overcome. And man, this is such a good discovery, and the theory goes how these were created is that, during the Big Bang or the creation of the universe, like they all exploded and stuff, and matter came out on top of antimatter. But if antimatter was abundant, we will call that matter. It will have a positive charge. We will call it positive charge because we name it. Then what is now matter will be called antimatter and will have a negative charge. That's just if it was alternate. That's an alternate sequence. Yet it doesn't make a difference in the world. If everything was made up of antimatter, I'll be fine. I'll look like me. I'll behave like me. I will, do everything just like me. No difference. Except that they have a positive and negative charge. And this was a really interesting topic to cover. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like button and please be sure to subscribe. And see you all in another video. Bye.